If you haven't been out to Durham Ferry, the site is magic. There is such a great alternative environment out there for students to learn and grow and challenge themselves. And the teachers and staff members out there care so deeply. And Joann is just, in my eyes, just like kind of the foundation of all of that. She's not always focused on being right. That isn't what matters most to her. She just wants to do right by kids. And that is a really inspiring colleague to be around.
Joann is changing the world because she's impacting students' lives because she cares about them so deeply that she won't let them fail. She puts in all of the time and all the work herself to ensure that they learn what they need so they're ready for that world that they're going out into when they finish. Durham Ferry is one of the 7 different high school academies that we offer at Venture Academy, and each academy is themed in a way that's intended to meet an interest area for students and intended to increase engagement because she takes students out and they apply what they're learning in the classroom directly to the land.
She cares about her kids, and she's always dedicated to what their interests are and how can she kind of infuse that in the work that they do, because they do a lot of hands-on work there and on their site. She loves what she does. She has a very unique position, and I think that's a huge part of it. You would think every student there has a very independent plan because she treats them in that way, and I think that's kind of a high esteem to her level of dedication.
It's super important to have a teacher like Joann here to guide us, and if we need help, we know that Joann's classroom is right there and she will never turn us away, and she will always help us to the best of her abilities. On a site like this, she's just the best. She knows everything and she just helps us guide our way into life. In the classroom, we work our brains. We learn our math, we learn government, and we learn about the world. Outside will help us be ready for the real world, not just getting a job or school, but it helps us branch out.
I love academic learning, and I think the kids need it. It's what prepares them for, life after school. But academic learning is not the only kind of learning. Use it to solve problems in the real world, because that's where it really matters. In a book, it doesn't matter. Where it matters is when you process it and figure out how to actually use it somewhere. So the goal of that applied learning is to make sure that they can use it. I also think that there's value in kids developing a strong work ethic, a strong sense of character and integrity. And I think that a lot of that happens not inside the 4, traditional walls of a classroom, but it happens sometimes in just the interacting with each other and the building relationships. It's developing a whole person. It's education is not just learning from books. It's learning how to become and who you want to become.
I think the school is a perfect mixture of both working with your hands and working in the classroom. Because we learn math, and we learn government, and we learn English just like everyone else. But we also learn how to use our hands, how to work hard.
It's important to have Joann on the site because she brings optimism everywhere she goes. She just wants to drive you to a better future and the school to a better future in general.
Everything that she does, she's thinking about their academic development, but also their social development and their behavioral development. And she establishes that inspiration almost right away with everybody. Her kids, it's obviously trust her.
For me, the biggest thing is relationships. I've found that for the most part, students will do just about anything if they feel valued and cared for. I got into teaching because I wanted students to feel valued, and I wanted to impact their lives and know that they had a place in the world and that they mattered. And I think that my biggest accomplishment is that I've managed to do that for a lot of kids. That is that's the biggest privilege of teaching. I couldn't ask for a better position or a better privilege. That it's a really special thing that I get to do with kids. I'm sorry, I'm crying.